What you're not gonna do is pay me less than some other bitch. She just got here, and if you think that all of this is not arrogance, this is an experience, this is I paid my dues.
I know there are some rumors about the casting and the reason why they switched to the cast, or the reason why you came in and stuff.
It was a interesting way that it came about, but I made it on, so we there.
After All Stars, I feel like that was the only time in your career that you'd start getting a little bit of hate. Was it a weird adjustment to go, oh, I'm America's favorite, and now I'm, you know...
Yeah, well, we know that was editing and it was production, and we had it out with them.
I mean, those Drag Race fans can be brutal.
Yeah, they can be.
I heard you were saying that they were calling you like the N-word and stuff.
Oh, yeah, saying that I'm gonna die, I killed my career, I'll never work again. Baby, the only person that can kill my career is me. So, y'all didn't give me this. I promise you that. I was working before RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll be working after RuPaul's Drag Race, and I am working.
Hello?
Who is this?
I'm here for Latrice. Is this the wrong house?
What house you looking for?
Wait, sorry, oh my god, I'm literally standing in front of the wrong house. Wait, let me see. Sorry, I'm filming an interview with her, so that's why my camera's out.
Okay.
Are you?
Yes, but we're on Paris, not Avenue.
Oh my god, she probably is like downstairs, like, where are you? Okay, I'm so sorry.
Okay, literally, it's the next street over.
Sorry to scare you, oh my god.
They get our mail, we get their mail, like,
hilarious.
Like this happens all the time.
I'm so sorry, I went to the wrong house.
You're on Terrace.
Yes, oh my gosh, nice to meet you, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, good to meet you. I'm like so starstruck right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so
welcome
happy
to
to be
it.
here.
I'm glad you made it to the right house because, yeah.
Does that happen a lot?
A lot.
This is one of those moments that I'm just like, I'm trying to soak it in and just be like, I just feel so grateful to be here with you.
Well, I thank you for thinking of me. I've been watching you and seeing your interviews and things and talking to the dolls and getting all the tea. And I'm like, okay, well, when you reached out, I was like, well, absolutely, let's do this.
Well, I want to just, take this all in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you own this home?
Yeah, I do. We do.
What a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, we're blessed. We got it. We bought it right before the pandemic, December of 2019, and then all of our work went away in March.
Of course.
But we made it through.
That's how the world works,
I was like, God has a funny sense of humor.
Exactly.
I knew he didn't get me here and then just drop me off and leave me. So we good. We here. We good. We made it.
First, I want to get into We're Here, which congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
To be honest, I was surprised that you weren't in the original cast. I'm sure you heard that.
Same. Yeah, from me.
Did you get called or anything?
No, it was the first time ago. No. I wasn't even. No, it was a interesting way that it came about, but I made it on, so we there.
When you heard that first cast announcement with the original cast, how did you feel?
I was excited for the girls. You know what I mean? Because I'd already gotten word that they were doing something different where they may be involving more than 3 queens, and if I wasn't in this initial round of situation, would I still be interested? I was like, of course, the door's open, So then it wound up calling me back because they needed my voice and my views and what I thought would happen.
So were the 3 girls cast first? The second round, Priyanka and them, were they cast first before you were cast?
Yeah, basically. I was on standby.
Did you know that you were potentially going to go in if they needed somebody else to spice it up?
Yeah, for sure. I knew that it was there, that they wanted me. I just didn't know how they were going to use it.
I know there are some rumors about the casting and the reason why they switched to the cast or the reason why you came in and stuff. I'm sure you can't talk about that.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, there's, of course, the rumor mill. But, like, it really boils down to the more stories that we get to share and get out there, the better off we are. It just boils down to the more the merrier.
You are one of the most beloved queens. I mean, and you have one of the biggest followings from any of the drag queens.
It's funny because, like, even, like, we're here, we're at press and they were saying, yeah, we're all winners here. And then they looked at me and they're like, she's a winner. She might have didn't get the crown, but she's a winner. And so just, like, getting that from my peers, I'm cool, like, because that's really what it boils down to. I'd rather have the respect of my peers than worry about what people or strangers that don't have a clue about what we do have to say about what I'm doing.
I forget what interview I was watching or listening to, but it was someone saying how it's not winning Drag Race, it's what you do after Drag Race.
100%. I tell everybody, like, getting on the show is just the platform. That's just the beginning. But what people get hung up and caught up with is what to do after the show. Like, they get lost, and then, like, you can go do the touring of the club gigs. That's great because I did that. Like, that's whatever. But, like, beyond that, when that dries up, what are you gonna do? What do you have to fall back on? Are you a business? Do you have a business? Do you own your name? Like, these are the things that I had to put in place before I even started touring.
Do the club gigs dry up?
Eventually, because there's a new crop of girls, and so then, like, they can't. You know what I mean? I have longevity. Like, if my whole point was I wanted to get out of the clubs. I had had enough.
I'm so fascinated with how many queens there are nowadays and the gigs of it all. And, a new season comes up. Those girls are really hot. They're booking all the hot places. But then the next season comes up. When your season premieres, are you placed in a price bracket? And then are you starting to lower your price as the new seasons come up and you're less of a hot commodity? Do you know what I mean?
That is the wrong way to go. No.
I would just think that the club would be like, oh, well, you're too expensive now.
Would think that. But like I said, what have you done outside of Drag Race to elevate yourself to make you worth more?
I love it.
That's the part. When you do these, like, huge campaigns, like I had that RuPaul Royale commercial.
Oh, hey, baby. I'm here getting my Valentine's Day on with this luscious Ruby Royale. This year, I'm my own Valentine.
Those are things that elevate you. And when you find out that these people are willing to pay you X amount of dollars, now you know your worth. Why would you go less than that?
Because sometimes you just need a coin and you're like, you know what?
And then you sell yourself out and then you price yourself out. And that's what I would rather struggle than go below what I'm worth.
I love hearing that. And that's applicable to anybody. Even to me, it's like I get paid X amount of dollars for one gig. It's like the next gig, it better be that amount or more. I'm not going to take it.
Like, what is the point? What are you doing? Like, why are you selling yourself short? Why are you selling yourself less than what you're worth?
Because sometimes in this industry, you just want to take an opportunity and you're like, oh,
Well, that's different. If you want to take an opportunity for growth or for art, sometimes we sacrifice for art. Like, when I go to do certain gigs, I know that the pay is not good, but the experience is. And so I'm doing it for the experience. I'm parked in one place. I'll do a residency. That doesn't pay as much as I'll leave that, go do a gig that pays me my full coin and come back. But it's stable coin and I'm enjoying myself. I'm in a situation where I'm having the time of my life. So the money, I can make that work.
Are you negotiating your own contracts too? Because you're your own manager, right?
Correct.
So for like we're here, you're negotiating your own contract.
Correct. Not only am I one of the girls, I'm also on the other side, which is the management side. So I know what people are getting paid.
That helps you as.
That helps me. Yeah, it helps me as well because what I won't do, what you're not gonna do, is pay me less than some other bitch. Like, well, I'm sorry, she just got here. She just got here, and if you think that all of this is not arrogance, this is experience, this is I paid my dues, this is I worked hard, I built all of this, and so I'm going to get what I deserve.
To me, it's not arrogance at all, it's confidence, which I love. I think that's what makes you you. I know that after All Stars, I feel like that was the only time in your career, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, that you'd start getting a little bit of hate.
Yeah, that was it. And it was because it's the new generation, it's the new kids or whatever. And if you look back at my season, my original season, the first thing I said in Untucked was, I am Latrice motherfucking Royale. Yes. I'm the biggest, baddest bitch that this world has to offer. That is what I said. And I stand by that. You know what I mean? And that was not arrogant then. It's who I am.
What, was it a weird adjustment to go, oh, I'm America's favorite, and now I'm,
Yeah, well, we know that was editing and it was production, and we had it out with them, and we had a talk with them, and that's why, we are on good terms, because I know who the culprit was. You know what I mean? I know who did me in with that edited job.
That's interesting.
Yeah, when you have a body of work that speaks for itself and a reputation that speaks for itself, no kind of amount of editing is going to make sense to anybody that has good sense. Mm-hmm. You can't put that together and then be like, that's Latrice. That's not Latrice. I know Latrice. I see Latrice.
So they would take like certain shots of you and put it in a certain area to make it look like
100%. That whole thing with me and Monique was so manufactured. It was so manufactured, and it was just like, come on.
Did the feedback from the fans like thicken your skin at all and make you have a new understanding of feedback? Because I'm going to now with my show, it's like you start hearing negative feedback and you're just like, that's the one thing you focus on. And so I'm trying to now take a step back from even reading some positive, because I'm like, I just need to have like a more even mindset.
Yeah, the thing that I was very good at was not giving in to them.
I mean, those Drag Race fans can be brutal.
Yeah, they can be. But I've been called, I'm 52, like I said, today I am 52 years old. I've been called everything under the sun. If you think that you can call me something new that's going to hurt my feelings, go ahead, try.
Yeah, I heard you were saying that they were calling you like the N-word and stuff.
Oh, yes. Saying that I'm going to die, I killed my career, I'll never work again. Baby, how can I kill something that only person that can kill my career is me, because I built it.
Right.
So y'all didn't give me this. I promise you that. I was working before RuPaul's Drag Race. I'll be working after RuPaul's Drag Race, and I am working. So like, you have no power. Be gone. You're just a keyboard warrior.
It's disturbing to see that side of humanity. Like, because in my own life, I don't accept that kind of energy into my life. And then when you start putting yourself out there, you see what kind of darkness.
Oh, yeah, it could be very dark. But you have to be strong. You have to know who you are. You have to keep your integrity. And then, part of my other thing is that when I meet people that are attacking me with hate and I respond with love, it kind of throws them off. Because I don't believe in retaliating that way, because it's not going to be a positive situation. Like, I'm not about to argue with you, little girl. Like, I'm grown. I'm fully grown. So you go have a blessed day, and I wish you the best, and I hope that you get the help that you need.
Hey, you can come in as much as you want. I like it. Another thing I want to talk to you about is your man, as a matter of fact. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I heard that you met him at like a fan event, right?
Well, at a meet and greet, yeah. He stepped in to help run the meet and greet and start taking pictures for the patrons, and I started flirting, of course, and dropped my Sharpie, and he bent over to pick it up, and
then you dropped it again.
Because you saw it. And then I invited him the next weekend, because I was going to be in Nashville, which was 3 hours drive for him, to come over and see the show and be my New Year's Eve date. And he did. And then we've been together ever since.
How did you balance, like, is he a fan? Does he actually like me for me?
Completely different. No, like the things that he said to me, no fan would say. The first thing he said to me basically is that I seem to have this Latrice thing taken care of, but who's taking care of Tim? So that's really sweet, and that's not something that a fan would say, So no one's ever spoke to me that way and was concerned about me and making sure that I wasn't gonna burn out. He's like, because we need you here.
That is beautiful.
So it's different. That hits a lot different than, ooh, I love you, girl, mama, miss mama, honey, man. Ooh, okay. No, it's not that kind of fangirl. And in fact, when we started,
oh my gosh, you're blushing.
Because we started talking, and we were kind of dating over the phone, and just the girl word would come up, And I was like, I'm going to need you to not call me girl.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to work for me. Like, we're not doing that. You're not going to be my sister. No, we're not doing that.
I don't like when a guy I'm interested in is like, hey girl.
No, right?
It almost like friend zones me, you know.
Friend zoned you
Yeah.
right away. And so, like, if we're going to be friends, then let's be, you can girl me all you want.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're trying to, like, get to know each other, then I'm going to need you not to call me girl.
What do you say?
Take note it, and he never has ever.
What was life like for you there?
It was heavy gang activity. It was very, very dangerous to be in my neighborhood. You could be killed for just wearing the wrong color. Because my brother was pretty much the leader of the gang in my neighborhood, nobody messed with me. From that aspect, I was cool. But watching my brother come in with gunshot wounds, stab wounds, you know, taking him to the hospital in the middle of the night, like it was crazy. It was crazy. And
Did you think at that time, like, this is what's my life's going to be like too?
well, there was only two choices. My other brothers went to the military. So if you weren't in gangs, you were in the military. And that was pretty much, you went one or the other. Neither one of those were my cup of tea, clearly. Like, I was a little different. My mother knew I was a little different. I'm the youngest. And so it wasn't an option for me. My mother wanted a different life for me. So she started, as I got into middle school, junior high, she started busing me out to the different school districts. So I went to Long Beach Unified School Districts instead of Compton.
How did your brother feel about that? Did he resent your mom for him not getting that?
He did get a little bit of resentment and would say I was spoiled because I get to go to these schools and you never did this when I was doing this kind of treatment. And he also bullied me a lot when I was a kid. That was the worst part of growing up, is not knowing whether I was going to get beat up every day I came home from school.
You know, I was thinking about you yesterday because I did this interview with this trans woman who's living in a hotel in Florida, and she has had a really rough upbringing, a lot of incarceration, and she has now turned her life around, and she makes a little bit of living on TikTok, but she's having a hard time finding a job because of her past and her incarceration, and also living in Florida. And I know that is something that you went through too.
Mm-hmm. This is why I'm so thankful that I have drag, because I was where she was at. Like, no prospects of getting a job. It was just not happening. And if I didn't have drag to fall back on, I don't know what I would have done. So literally drag has saved my life. That's the reason why I'm so passionate about it. That's why I put everything that I have into it, because I wouldn't be here without it. And it's doing great, sweetie. It's doing great.
So amazing that you were granted a second chance, because I think it's so often that people aren't given a second chance in life.
At all. And not everybody's fortunate or have anything to fall back on. And I find that working for myself is the most liberating, scary thing to do. But, like, you're your own boss. And so you say what goes. And if you're struggling, it's your own fault, really. Like, and I take that responsibility, you know. I have good times and not so good times. But I get through them, and then I learn from that.
What was the impetus to start your own management company? Because it's really daring of you. And are you the first queen to start her own company? Because I know there's like Producers Entertainment Guild. There's a lot of different companies that manage the girls, but you're the only one.
What prompted that was fear. I had spoken to my sisters, Alexis and Yara, and all those girls. They had some management that did them in real bad. Like, they had booked these gigs, got the deposits, didn't tell the girls, took the money and ran. But the girls were liable for the money because they didn't show up and their money was gone. And so who are they going to come looking for? The girls. I was like, I can't have that happen to me. I've worked too hard to get to where I am to have somebody come and take from me, you know? And so I started creating my own team and getting my friends and asking questions, friends of mine who had their own businesses, how they get it started. there's no, like, obviously there's college and school, but I'm from the school of hard knocks. And so I learned, I'm self-taught, and you learn the hard way.
So how are you feeling about all these new management companies popping up? And
Oh, child. They're here today, gone tomorrow. I can't even name the names, but I know of 5 that were here last year that are not this year. And Voss is only taking so many.
is is Voss the one that all the girls go to, right?
Nowadays, between Voss and PEG, but they're they're the big conglomerate, if you want to call it. Usually, the top girls are with those 2. Yeah, I can admit my part that I played in it, but the crime didn't fit the punishment. Does that make sense?
It 100% makes sense because I have done things like you carried a Klonopin or something on you.
That was it.
And it's like, I wonder, and this is not my discussion to have, but I wonder if it was me going through what you had went through, what would have happened?
Nothing. I can tell you, nothing.
And it just, I cannot believe that you were there for that long. How much?
They sentenced me to 18 months. I was facing 5 years.
And what was the charge for exactly?
So the charge originally was violation of probation. What happens was I didn't report. I failed to report on time. So I didn't report. So they considered me absconding and on the run. But I wasn't nowhere. I was right here. But I should have went in and turned myself in is the whole bottom line. And I didn't. So when I got pulled over and they took me in, it was a felony violation of probation, so you're held without bond. There's no chance of you getting bonding out or nothing. You're going to be held because you got to see the judge, period. There was a whole, shit ton of charges. Just like the police officer made up so many things. He had put so many drug charges on there that didn't exist. And so what it really boiled down to was that I had a Klonopin and some weed. And so all the other charges got dropped. Even the driving charges got dropped because he trumped up like evading arrest and made a whole bunch of things that were not there just to mess with me. Unfortunately, still to this day, it haunts me, especially if I go to Canada. I have to go through an ordeal. Ultimately, the judge was like, you didn't report, you're going to go do some time. And so she sentenced me to 18 months, and the charge was for violation of probation for the original charge of a Klonopin.
It's so wild. And it really could have affected your life so intensely.
Oh, yeah. Thank God I had something to fall back on. It was hard. I was very discouraged, and I didn't know that I was depressed until I was in it and having thoughts of why am I even bothering? I should just start doing what they expected me to do anyway and deal drugs and do this and go that way, and then I'll be right back where they expect me to be.
I think that happens for a lot of people is they have the cards stacked against them, and it's like they're being almost pushed into that life.
And it's set up for that reason, because if you're really trying to rehabilitate or you're really trying to help these people, then you have programs or you have some kind of allies that will hire convicted felons.
Do you feel like you learned anything while you're behind there, or do you feel like it's helped change who you are in any sort of positive way?
100%. It's shaped who I am. I didn't know I had so much strength. I had to tap into, it's me and God up in there, you know what I mean? I don't know these people. And so who do I have to lean on? Who do I have to get through this but me? It was me and my faith that was determined that I was going to make it through, and then when I got out, I was going to be somebody.
And you really did the damn thing.
I mean, I can't lie. You know what I mean? And I made a promise to myself, and I wasn't going to do that. I was not going to fail again.
I'm so moved by your story, and just knowing your strength and your perseverance in your times, in the darkest of times, and how you got yourself out and look where you are. It's so inspiring and moving. And I just feel like so many people that watch you, they're maybe going through the darkest times of their life, and they can look at you and be like, but he got out. And
100%. And that's why I share my story. That's why I'm an open book, because I do want to inspire and motivate people to get out of the situation that they're in and be better than it, be bigger than it. You have it within you to change your life. And when it boils down to it all, you're the only one in control of that anyway. And the fact that if you are a person that makes excuses and say, oh, well, this person didn't do this and this person did that, it's not up to them to make your life the way you want it to be. And so you have to make it happen.
Thank you so much for today and spending your birthday with me. It means
You're welcome.
It means the world to me.
Well, you're welcome. You get special treatment because it's my birthday, so I'm being really sweet. And because you are so sweet, and I'm a fan of your show. And,
Oh my God.
oh yeah, I'll be stalking and stuff. I do be stalking. So.
Thank you. That means so much. I'm never going to forget this moment. Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yay. That was so fun. Thank you.
Give you some Latrice Royale sauce.
Oh my gosh.
Label queen.
Yes.
You gotta get a grip girl shirt.
I love it.
And a backpack.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That made my day even better. Thank you. Oh.
You gotta be swagged out.
Oh my God. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I'm going to wear it. Thank you. All right.
Pictures and tag me.
I will. All right. Have a good day. Happy birthday.